Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Community Watch here on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Nyobodai Togbo Ashon, with
Rosemary Koko Anyimba,
Joshua Taria Dome, and Isaac Ejay. In today's edition, we are, well, in Accra, but specifically from
Liberty Avenue,
and also Mantse Tackie Junior High School. So it's a cluster of schools within Adabraka in the heart of the city, and the school here is faced with several challenges for which an initiative has been taken to ensure that it is refurbished or uplifted so that it provides quality education for pupils of Adabraka and its immediate environs. Rosie, so we are expecting a delegation to join us, and this delegation constitutes a committee that recently was formed by the Gamanche, that's the king of the capital city of Ghana, Accra, that's King Tackie True, and it's in his bid to ensure that pupils or children of the city receives quality education. So as part of their mandate, they are inspecting the structure here to then see how best they can support the school.
The name of my school is Mantse Tackie 3 Primary and KG. I'm the headmistress there. The school has 5 schools in the cluster, namely Mantse Tackie 1 and 2, Mantse Tackie 3 and 4, Liberty 1 and 3, Liberty 4. And the children that we have here, most of them, their parents are traders, so most of them go to trade before coming to school, and most of them also are living with other family members and other people, which makes teaching and learning also difficult because most of them don't come to school very early. Some of them also come tired. So teaching and learning here has been a very difficult task, but we are trying our best. So today we are privileged to be here with the committee set up by the Mantse Tackie. One of the schools is named after the king, and seeing the state and the school, he deems it good that it should be renovated. So he has set up a committee to come and then have an overview of the school and then give it a facelift so that the school will be presentable and also do more than the way it is now.
So what's your expectation?
Well, it's a laudable initiative, and my expectation is that the committee will, after the tour, make sure that they come out with proposals that will help with the renovation of the school to aid in the quality education that the Gamanche wants.
So what more?
Let's join the authorities as they take a tour through the school.
Right, let's go. A number of interesting scenes right here which will be taking you through one after the other. There are squatters. Much of it is occupied by squatters. So we are moving from a classroom to the other. Those who are using some of the classrooms as places of convenience where they sleep, they take their bath, and a whole lot. Others are even using it as a storeroom. So let's start from this point. We understand there are 2 persons sleeping in this classroom. Let's enter to then see how the officials' interaction with them would turn out to be.
Catch her on mosquito net and to her say.
So she'll be living now, she won't be living.
She comes here every night. It's not just today. She's just telling you a story. She has been sleeping here every night. That's what they do. Yes.
No, sir. I can tell the woman, Miss Susan, so the woman who faces here, and yes, I prefer police, I'll met you. What? You are here, woman in fear. Right. Yes, sir. What is it? I swear. It's a here with the year. I school dying. I buy dying. That I a relaxation center. I buy in Tibomodiana, Accra. So you know, man. All right, fine.
But Enisa over help you.
It's difficult. This is expenditure. Anything like barricading is money. It's 30 cities, 200 cities. I mean, that's why we are here. I'm saying. And I'm saying if you remove it, even you physically knock it, tomorrow you'll be back. You must have a program to prevent such things, rather than just removing the padlock and. People have secured all kinds of personal assets. Breakfast. Madam, sorry. I hope about one chain. Oh.
Just fixed it.
Very secure. No private residence. Yeah, some more. I buy. That's what I see. Don't follow.
It's one pallet that I was having. Patch of the bows. I have here beside some others and some mammy. And pay that he must have bass for her.
She's asking what all these items here are for. And she says that these are not for her.
Maybe I may post to a ban of me a page. You know, you know, a page when I'm a bit training. My fan or work as well here.
It is a winning will be our hussy. Now say a dino, who name the Accra, a higher Nidia. I yet then I would me better have money. Ain't nip wine at her. And I'm say, oh, your wine, brown or that, or your wine.
How many months?
I'm sure here.
Not an trying to fee. What the hell you fee? What the hell you fee? A mobile. But a higher school, why? Ain't you know, it was some free her. Won't mean far higher a residential and accommodation to say hostel. Only baby da, and also another matter. But won't mean far school dying and find your fee.
Police air baha, patrol team for the baha, Momuda Hanyana, you buy some Yana pop war, and to be on pen once a month. Momo Medaha, one bar, this a whip a mouth bail and say, be with a police station. Why? So one bar no catch home. Why?
She lives here.
So she's being asked to pack out. So the space is used for the purpose for which it's been built. We'll be inspecting the items here shortly. There is a lady and two young men in here. What do you see?
I'm wondering what they are even doing here, first of all. I mean, she appears to be sick. So why is she living here? Why did she choose here? This kind of lifestyle isn't good. Imagine that the man and then the lady or the two of them happen to be engaging in certain acts and then the peoples happen to have chanced upon it. What would they learn? What would they pick home?
You mean sex? Rosemary is quite uncomfortable or finding it difficult to mention some of these things, but it could happen. Here we are, a young girl, probably less than 18 years, with two other young men or boys in a room at this hour. So it should be concerning, and that's what Rosie is saying, that should pupils here come to chance on them engaged in inappropriate acts, they are going to pick up. And here are drugs in front of them. Drug abuse is happening right here. The pupils could pick them up, and also apply them in their ways, which could be disastrous.
And they may just happen to take it, and then it will affect them.
So it's indeed worrying. So let's now listen to exactly how the officials here will engage them or how they are going to handle it.
Brand landlord. Ain't now a say aha phones dey go na na ye phone repair wa. Me patcho mo paki mu nyoma me say we me nua na bonso aba ha abe pam ne san o pam ne pam na no wasan kɔ no wasan ba. Okwa no wasan hwe no ye no ho de te wo. E na wo de edan na aha aye wo dan e na wo te ha. Mo de mo fa mo nyoma na mo free ankɔ. Mo fa mo mpa ne nyina free ankɔ.
Here are other set of items on the corridor of this uncompleted school block, and I can see pestle and mortar. It appears they've been even pounding fufu. They've been preparing meal here. We can also see dryer, and we wonder what these things are used for. There are plates also in a box there, as though there is a chop bar also nearby that they've been using some of these items to prepare and serve food. Rosie, how do you feel finding or seeing these on the school's premises?
It's very sad and very bad as well. Imagine the school kids coming here to see this and touching it, and then the owner coming out of it to start beating the kids because he or she has noticed that the school kids are playing with his or her items, and then it will get to a different situation. So it's not good for these items to be here, to be on a school compound where students are coming to study and all this are here. It's very, very sad.
So at this point we are unable to enter because it's locked up, but watching through the windows we can see that it's a storeroom and there are some items right there. What are some of these items, Rosie?
Drinks, bowl, I mean a whole lot, but you can see that the person has turned it into a storeroom whereby he or she buys a lot of drinks there, store it there, and then comes to take it up and sell it to people.
The school is sited within a commercial space with many hawkers around, so it could be that one of the hawkers or a group of them has turned this point into a storeroom where routinely they've been storing their items right here. So let's move on as the delegation continues to inspect the structures here, and we are entering another classroom that they've turned into a bathhouse and as well a toilet, a place of convenience. So let's also peep and see how that place looks. So the smell is foul, the stench is quite unbearable. We are hoping that the authorities will follow through on their orders to ensure that the squatters are ejected and that they do not return to this space again. It's meant to be used as a place for studies and not to be occupied by squatters who could have negative influence on the pupils. The issue of squatters could appropriately be handled separately.
The tour is over, but the program has not yet ended. Obi, what's next?
So we are descending to one of the classrooms where the officials are meeting staff of the schools here. It's a cluster of schools, so they've all settled now. So we are having the delegation also joining them for a meeting. They are going to assess exactly what they found in the school through the inspection that they've made. It's been revealing, it's been shocking. So let's get to know exactly what they found. Already we've described some of the things to you. You've also seen them, but let's see from their perspective and exactly what they are going to do next, as so as the wish of the king of the capital city of Ghana, that's Accra, King Tackie True II. Rosie, shall we?
So So the first thing is, what are our observations? Don't worry about the recommendations and the solutions. We'll then come to what are, having observed the following things, what are some of the possible solutions? And then we'll probably continue with our meeting with the solution as the focus of our engagement. So having said that, let me begin with our honorable colleague here, and I'll come to the honorable chief of Adabraka as well after that, and then we all get a chance to say a few words.
My heart is heartbroken to think that Ghanaian children, future leaders, are learning in this environment. It is so deplorable that seriously no child should or teacher should be here at a Kintechi school. The state of the wall for me is a big problem because it is broken. Squatters are able to come in and actually live. We found squatters sleeping here whilst children are learning. They defecate and bath whilst children are learning. That is, even for my mind, it's difficult to absorb why this is happening. And the lack of security makes it even worse. The safety of the children is then at stake and at risk and threatened because anybody can walk in and do anything to any child or a teacher. And so it's important that this call from the Mantse for this committee to be set up to focus on how to rehabilitate the place is in order. It's long overdue. Since 1947, this school has been here. And the fact that we have had governments upon governments since 1947, and students are coming out of this school, so there's an alumni, and yet it is in this condition, for me, is unacceptable. We must raise the funds and make sure that we restore this school to a befitting manner for children to study in. The issue of the wall and security and then sacking of the squatters for me is key. Thank you very much.
Mene no ni mbana ebie ne eje arehosani ni atomi manche me kume chondre kume am banje namba come akeshu boni member wo bie ne eji na agba o nkweko ni nke onupa agbi nke municipal chief executive ke amanupa ewie sukumi chi mene nche mba na ihe mgbe mi keje Mantse Tackie school edenche eje are honuku ake Mantse gbe kan suku enu ni me ba kase ni ye bia onupa e ba kase ni ye bia ne ni school eje are hosani ke musu chansande ake obi mbade bata school tuto mo ne kemi ni ba kase ni mini ko o chore je ibali mini ibali ewo eji na agba ewo enwo na wa ke Mantse ni Tackie tegotu ni ji enyo efanwo ko ni wo pe ni asa neken school ene ewo kankan mada committee members eshi ake wo mo neken jatuneni ni wo ba bobode wotu nutumo epi adabaka ne Ecobank ohin ko odomo officer o na boni bi NFA Absa o kwe bi ne glyco ni ebie nutumo wuji koko board ebie ne no si nyekwa boni school FA ni nyekwa hani school ehuma hu nyekwa gbahenema kwa Nkrumah Avenue me enyi etwon bi ne ke ya me nutumo koko board ke NIB ke nutumo wuji ni yo bi ne akwefen si e afen ogutomo Ghana Sani amnado school ewo amaro Sani si bo otu ne bere wona se ewo committee ne wo form ne mo fe mo no ya nutumo ya adabakare no otu wo ba bo mo e ya ke sipon no oyo otu ni ojo heson do ba tu ni e bi ne ewo bi no bo nye nu oke penyon alo pepa anyon ake o boni school efi ne wo kwenu wo sa ana so Mantse gbe hu kanu Oh, a jar of animum. Or money no over now. Or Abomoding couldn't work from Nigeria. Couldn't what else can what's that? Couldn't any customer papa. Yes, it's only customer here, papa. Yagane. Couldn't go over Cassidy. Oh, yeah, me say. School trunk knew what the year. But school you're the school trip in my bedding. Go over being over Cassidy, wouldn't tell Obampo. O call me Bambi Agashi by the Cassidy. Oh, committee be mean that you should then I can make over what then over now, where him bed. Oh, no two account. Or I won't watch you. Couldn't echo to Papa Casimon into a manja ban.
No ni wo ingbe che enyo ebana remo ko be infoni ko benika sha habuwe eba bra mi ton bo ni wo ingbe che enyo ne na ne eye ahunto de na agba committee ne wo ba bi mo fe mo ko ye wa mo ko e ni ospokes lo gba he ipapa ni ono to peshi bo pe ji wo se ku e ko ya wa mo ku e ke ba wa ku ne Koni bunka oho no foyin okwa school wa ba na ke ni hu iyemi ni afeku na mokome 4 chije mokome ni ko wo fe okokon awoshishi koni school ni akọ imaba papa ni ebu ni uladon.
I am Ernestina Ushuabuedu, the School Improvement Support Officer for Ajaben Circuit under the Kolekulote Municipal Education Directorate. On behalf of my director, I would like to say a very big thank you to the Mantse for the initiative of trying to renovate the place and to see to it that teaching and learning is done effectively in Ajaben, specifically Mantse, Tackie 1 and 3. I would also like to thank our chairman, Honorable Spio Gabra. In fact, I'm really impressed with the work you are doing. Since we were commissioned as a committee to see to the renovation, you have done so much work, and the various things you are doing on behalf of my director once again, my head teachers and my teachers, the teachers and the learners, we say we are grateful. Honorable Otiko Jaba and all committee members, we say we are very grateful to you, and we thank you very much. It is our prayer that the plans that you have for this school, the Lord will give you the strength to continue with it so that we see to a successful end of this program. And we will be very grateful and thank you at the end of the day. May God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Members of the Mantse Tackie Schools Committee and friends from the media, we've just taken a tour of the school building or buildings, and there are many schools within this particular cluster. The Mantse ni Tackie Teku, who appointed us a few months ago to undertake a review of the current situation in this school and to propose requisite improvements and to mobilize public opinion and private and public support for fundraising to address some of the challenges of this school. We have to thank him for his initiative and for bringing us together to focus on one aspect of our national endeavor, which is the quality of education. Adabraka chief here has mentioned a number of corporate institutions which line up the avenue, one of the most famous avenues, if not the most famous avenue in Ghana, which is Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, named after our founding father. So if in a school, the avenue in front of which is named after our founding father, and the school itself is named after the chief of the community, that's the Ghana community in which we all live, and the school happens to be so deteriorated, then we have to collectively come together to save the school. And I sit here not only because I was a Minister of Education at some point in time, 20 years ago, but I actually was a student, or maybe you call it a pupil, in this school at the time when I was 6, 7 years of age. So, and we are told reportedly that His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana also schooled here at one point in his own education. So when there are many possible alumni of significance, such as the ones I've mentioned, and such a school in a ceremonial avenue, when the Queen of England came to visit Ghana in the 1960s, she came along this route. And in fact, most of the heads of state that have visited Ghana ceremonially, this is the route that they use. So for independence parades and all kinds of other things over the years, this route has often been used for all those ceremonies. The school therefore needs urgent attention. And so we have to call on the relevant government agencies, beginning with the Ministry of Education, the Ghana Education Service, which has a Ghana Education Trust Fund that I happen to have had the privilege of creating from scratch. And so if there's a Ghana Education Trust Fund, there's a Ghana Students Loan Scheme and all kinds of other institutions, Social Security and National Insurance Trust, Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, which have all been established to improve the Ghanaian educational system. Association of African Universities is based in Accra, Ghana. There's no reason why anybody should see a video, which I'm sure, unfortunately, will be shown tonight and many nights to come, that this is a school in the Republic of today's Ghana, in the capital city of Accra. Rather than criticize, which some may do, let us be positive-minded. Let us think through strategies of how collectively we can improve or rebuild the school. So this is a movement which has begun by the Mantse, and which we are privileged to be supporting, to save our schools. Save our schools. Thank you very much.
So it's all over now, and hopefully the school gets all the needed resources that it deserves to renovate the school. Obi, what's your take?
I'm impressed with the work of the committee members. I see Ni Asokruja Abe, Otikwefi Sajaba, part of the committee, and also Ni Kwadin Tren, Nini, and a host of others. Ni Asokruja Abe has come all the way from the United Kingdom. That's where he's based, but for the love he also has for Accra and Ghana, he's come all the way to support. So it's our expectation that they will continue to mobilize to ensure that this is done. And they made a call to everyone watching to also join hands. It takes two to tango, and there is strength in collective effort. So it's our expectation that having watched, you would step forward and partner the Mantse, the king of Accra, to then make this school a better place for pupils to study and make the pupils feel safe. Next to us, so that's a pupil. Hello, come. How are you? How are you? What's your name?
Kwame.
So that's Kwame. So that pupils like youngster here, Kwame, would feel safe to be here, not having to contend with squatters and also drug addicts or abusers and also commercial sex workers. Next to us is a teacher's bungalow, we are told, which has been abandoned because of the conditions which aren't the best. So we shall continue to follow up and keep you updated. On this note,
My name is Rosemary Koko Anyigba, and I've done this together with
Gabriel Niobodai Togbo Ashon, together with Joshua Taria Adom and Isaac Eje. Joseph Frimpong, our visual editor. We say thank you for watching. Make time with us same time next week. We end everything here. Bye-bye.